This video isn't for you to watch, think wow, deep, save to a watch later folder, and never open again, because that would be procrastinating the video about not procrastinating, and the irony would be too sad to bear. This is for you to hear now, swallow now, and apply now. Throw it on your headphones and go wash the dishes or walk down the street, because it's in real life, in the chaos of an ordinary day, that this philosophy either works or it doesn't. No epic soundtrack, no stagecoach screaming about your potential, no healing crystals, just the straight truth. Hit like and subscribe. Let's go now. First truth, and I'm ripping the Band-Aid off right away. I'll start Monday is the biggest lie you tell yourself. Monday never comes, does it? I mean, it comes, but when it shows up, it turns into, it's already Wednesday. Let's push it to next week. And then next month, then next year. And before you know it, 5 years have gone by, and you're in the exact same sad little spot, still waiting for some magical Monday to fix your whole life. Look at the dirty game you play with your own head. You put it off, you feel that warm little hit of relief, and the part of you that should be bothered goes quiet. But nothing's handled. You just shove it onto your future self, who, surprise, is the same lazy person you are today, one day behind and carrying a little more guilt. Seneca figured this out 2,000 years ago. He said that while we keep putting life off, life keeps moving. It isn't waiting for you to finish procrastinating. It's running right now, with you or without you. I'll start Monday isn't a plan. It's an anesthetic, and you, my friend, are hooked on it. Next stop, and this one stings. You don't have a lack of time. You have a surplus of nonsense. Yeah, but I don't have time. Really? You don't have time, but you've got 3 hours a day scrolling the feed like a zombie, watching strangers do things you don't even care about. No time to study, but plenty to binge a show until 3 in the morning. No time for the gym, but all the time in the world to argue online about something that changes absolutely nothing. Seneca dropped a line that's basically a slap to the face. It's not that we have too little time, it's that we waste so much of it. Life is long enough for the person who knows how to use it. The problem was never the hours in your day, but what you do with them. Do some honest math. If you added up every minute you spend stalling, just 5 more minutes on my phone, how many entire lifetimes have you thrown in the trash? The ugly truth is that you have time. You're spending it running from everything that matters, and that's a choice, even when you pretend it isn't. Now pay attention, because this is the root of the whole thing. You're not waiting for motivation, you're scared. I'll do it when I feel like it. Sit down, because that feeling is not coming. Motivation is like that flaky friend who swears he'll show up and leaves you standing alone outside the bar. Wait until you're in a mood, and you'll die waiting. But there's something deeper underneath, and nobody wants to admit it. Most of the time you're not putting things off because you're lazy. You're afraid. Afraid to try and have it not work out. Afraid to find out you might not be as good as you imagined. As long as the dream stays tucked in the drawer, it stays perfect. The day you pull it out and try, it runs the risk of failing, and your ego would rather have a flawless dream gathering dust on a shelf than a real risk in your hands. The Stoics didn't wait for courage to fall from the sky before they acted. They acted, and the courage showed up along the way. Marcus Aurelius wrote a note to himself every morning. Get up and go do the work of being a human being. Stop curling up under the covers like you were born to stay warm and hide from your own life. Action doesn't come after courage. Courage comes after action. You start scared, shaking, and the confidence shows up in the middle of the road. Next punch, and this one messes with your comfort. Your comfort zone is a prison cell with a couch in it. It feels like a hug, right? Sitting there, lukewarm, no risk, no challenge. But it's a prison, and one of the worst kind, because you're your own jailer, tossing the key out the window every single morning. Modern life sells you comfort like it's a prize. Everything in the palm of your hand, food at the door, infinite shows, nothing that demands effort. And so you panic at the first real difficulty because you never trained a single muscle of resistance. The Stoics did the exact opposite, on purpose. Seneca, who was filthy rich, set aside days to eat almost nothing, wear rags, and sleep on the hard floor, just to train his mind not to fear the lack of anything. Translating that to your situation, starting that thing you keep avoiding is uncomfortable, and your brain runs from discomfort the way a cockroach runs from light. But everything you want is hiding on the other side of it. The body you want is on the other side of the workout that hurts. The peace is on the other side of the hard conversation you've been dodging for months. Comfort and growth don't live in the same house. Pick one. Let's talk about a fancy excuse that's become an epidemic: the cursed illusion of perfection. I'll start when everything's ready, when I have the perfect gear, the perfect course, the perfect moment. You know what that is? Procrastination dressed up in a responsible person's suit. It's the most elegant excuse on earth for doing nothing, because everything ready never happens and never will. So you keep polishing the plan, rewriting the list, buying one more pretty notebook, watching one more how to get started video, doing everything except the one thing that counts: starting. You feel productive while you've literally not moved an inch. It's mental treadmilling, a nice little feeling that produces nothing. The truth is that done beats perfect. The guy who started half-baked and improved as he went flies right past you. The one who's been waiting 3 years for ideal conditions that only exist in your imagination. Marcus Aurelius didn't write the Meditations at a spiritual retreat with a scented candle. He wrote it in a war tent, in the mud, exhausted, sick, with the empire collapsing around him. Conditions were never perfect for anyone who ever did anything worth doing. Start ugly, start wrong, but start. Chapter of the future self. You treat that poor guy like a sucker. Think about the con you pull on yourself. Every time you put something off, you're basically saying, let tomorrow's guy deal with it. You dump the dirty dishes, the overdue bill, the boring task into the lap of your future self, like he's an employee you hired to clean up the mess. Except here's the cruel detail. Your future self is you. Same person, same laziness, now receiving a giant pile of accumulated junk plus the guilt of everything you shoved his way. You're not saving yourself work, you're charging yourself interest, and procrastination interest is the highest rate there is. The Stoics had a brutal sense of personal responsibility. Epictetus, who was born a slave and had even less patience for excuses than your mother on cleaning day, hammered this point. The blame for a life not lived isn't on fate, on luck, or on other people. It's on the person who sat there waiting. So next time you go to toss one more thing into tomorrow, remember, tomorrow is you again, getting the bill. Now some math that'll scare you. The problem isn't today, it's the sum. Putting it off one day seems harmless. I didn't train today, so what? It's just one day. I'll catch up tomorrow. And you're right, one day by itself changes nothing. That's exactly the poison. Procrastination never shows you the bill on a single day, it charges you on the total. One delayed day becomes a week becomes a month, and the months stacked up become that horrible thing called regret, the most expensive bill a human being ever pays, and it only comes due way down the line when it's too late. Nobody hits 60 regretting that they tried. They get there regretting everything they put off. Seneca warned us, while we wait to live, life slips by. It's not one giant decision that defines your life. It's the sum of 1,000 tiny decisions, repeated every single day, that nobody sees. Every "I'll do it later" is a brick in your building, brick by brick, either your cathedral or your prison cell. The choice is daily, and it's being made right now, with or without your attention. Hold on to this one, because it's the turning point. Stop saving the frog for the end of the day. Eat it first thing in the morning. There's that one task, you know exactly which one. The one you keep pushing back, that weighs on your conscience, that ruins your whole day just by existing in the back of your mind. You spend the morning running from it, the afternoon avoiding it, and by night it's still sitting there untouched, now with the bonus of all the guilt it racked up haunting you all day. There's an old, simple piece of wisdom. Eat the frog first thing in the morning. Meaning, do the hardest, ugliest, most dreaded thing first, before your willpower quietly evaporates over the day. When you face the worst of it early, the rest is downhill, and you spend the day with that rare feeling of someone who already won, instead of fleeing a ghost until nightfall. The Stoics started their day with intention, not with the feed. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake up to check how many likes he got. He woke up remembering what needed to be done, and he did it, period. Your morning decides your day. If you start by running, you run all day. If you start by facing it, you can face anything that comes after. Now, a practical cure for laziness, the 5-minute rule. Your mind is a sleazy negotiator. It takes the task and inflates it into a monster. Ugh, I'll have to clean the entire house. It'll take hours. It's going to be hell. The monster gets so big that you give up before you even start, and you go scroll the feed to escape the beast you invented. The trick to fooling your own laziness is not to fight the whole monster. It's to make a ridiculously small deal with yourself. 5 minutes. Just 5. I'll train for 5 minutes. I'll study for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is so little that your brain can't come up with a decent excuse to bail. And then the magic happens. Almost every time, once you start, you keep going. The weight was never in the task, it was in starting. Once the wheel is turning, it turns on its own. The Stoics didn't philosophize only in theory, they practiced. Epictetus pounded this in. Don't just keep talking about how a good person should be. Be one. You don't need motivation or inspiration for 5 minutes. You just need to start ugly, small, and now. 5 minutes, and the rest comes with the momentum. Another one nobody wants to hear. You're not resting, you're escaping. And there's a difference. Yeah, but I deserve to relax. You do, of course. The problem is that what you call rest very often isn't rest at all. Real rest recharges you. You get up renewed, light, ready. Escape leaves you worse than before. You scroll for 2 hours and stand up tired, empty, with that dull guilt of a wasted afternoon and nothing solved. Learn the difference because it changes everything. Rest is a conscious choice after you've done what needed doing. Escape is an unconscious flight from everything you should be doing. One fills you up, the other empties you while pretending to fill you. And your brain loves to confuse the two, so you procrastinate while feeling entitled. Seneca said the mind that truly rests is the one with a clear conscience, not the one numbed by a screen. So here's the move. Earn your rest. Do the hard thing first, then relax for real, no guilt. Rest after the duty is a reward. Escape before the duty is a debt disguised as a break. And the last truth, the hardest of them all, you think you have time to spare. You don't. This is the secret engine behind all procrastination. Deep down, you think you're immortal. You put things off because you feel, even without saying it, that there will always be another tomorrow, another chance. You treat your time like a bank account with no bottom. It's actually an hourglass, and the sand is falling right now. No pause, no refill button. The Stoics carried death around in their pocket on purpose, not to be morbid, but to wake up. They called it memento mori. Remember that you will die. It only sounds grim because you still see death as the villain. They saw it as a teacher, the most honest one there is. The instant you truly feel that your time runs out, you stop. Right then, wasting it waiting for Monday. Marcus Aurelius wrote one of the most surgical lines in history. You could leave life this very moment. Let that decide what you do, say, and think. That project you've been putting off for years, waiting for the right time? There's no right time. There's only now, and now might be the last one. Death isn't a threat to scare you. It's a compass to wake you, to stop stalling and start living while there's still time. And time, my friend, is the one thing that was never guaranteed. At the end of the day, stopping the delay isn't about turning into some productivity machine that runs on coffee and anxiety. It's about stopping the lying to yourself. Stop waiting for the magical Monday, the motivation that never comes, the perfect moment that never existed, the future self who will sort it all out. None of that is coming to save you. There's you, there's now, and there's the thing you know needs doing. The life you keep dreaming about isn't waiting on next Monday in the next pretty plan or stored away waiting for you to be ready. It begins the instant you stop delaying and take the first step, ugly, small, shaking with fear, but you take it. The world won't hand you permission, and the perfect moment won't knock on your door. The only hour that exists to start is the boring, ordinary, imperfect one you're standing in right now. If this talk gave you the slap of truth you needed, drop the word now in the comments to mark that you're done dragging your life around on your back. Send this video to that one friend who's always saying, "I'll start Monday," and subscribe to Inner Fortress, because here we strengthen the mind with no sugarcoating every single day. And don't put off subscribing, do it now. You already got the message. See you next time.